Good afternoon, everybody. We got Melissa and Martin in the house so far. Well, that may have just made it look like 0 people in there, so kind of give them
Give
a little time. So,
them a minute, they'll find us.
oh yeah, they'll find us.
Melissa said, "Okay, Reds, let's get some biggins." Hey, we got 9 in here now. They
Hey,
found us.
Greenwell, what's going on, buddy? Yep, I just made a move. Just got set up about 10 minutes ago. I'm sitting in about 100 foot plus of water, guys, where I'm set up. Oh, 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 oh. I got a couple different rods already getting hit, but that's just real small bites. So.
Hey, Martin, what's up, buddy? What's up, Squirrel?
All right.
Howdy, Mike.
Hey,
I see
Jeremy, what's
Melissa.
going
Melissa
on?
in here, well,
Well, Jeremy, we're sure gonna try. Cause folks,
Jr. What's up? 217.
we're definitely in the middle of spawn, y'all. I sent the rest of River Rats crew a picture last night of a 14-pounder I caught that had a big old massive bite mark right in its belly. I mean, it was fresh. JG Hill, how we doing? John Boy, how we doing? Danny should be along shortly. Mad Catter, what's going on? Fish on 76, how we doing? Yeah, like I said, we just got set up. Me and my buddy were at a hole upriver, probably about a quarter mile, and we made a pretty rough hike out to where we're at. We're sitting, like I said, this right off the tip of these rods. There's 100+ foot of water right out there. We were in some shallow water, didn't do that hot, so you know what? The river's dropping. Let's make a move to some extreme deep water and see what happens. So,
I may
and
wind up doing the same thing, Jerry. I may wind up going down and hitting some of that deep water.
yeah, 'cause the river's still
I got
here. It's falling, so
we've been falling. We're at really low. Not quite as record low as we was last year, but we're headed that way. But we got a little bit of a rise coming today. We got about a 15-inch rise going to happen before midnight, so that may help.
well, this is insane. It's June, and I've never. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen the river this low in June. Yeah, it's definitely not good, brother.
They already talking about record lows lower than last year.
God, I hope not.
I hope not.
I gotta get my tail off my dead tail and get my boat ready. So, because I've got to be mobile if it's gonna drop that much.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I've got a little bit of a plan. I'm gonna go ahead and get baited up, and think I'm gonna start drifting.
Yeah, he's set a 15-inch rise there, J.G. Hill. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a rise coming, so that might help him. Because he's below the Ohio River confluence, so he has a way different water levels than I do. I'm above all that, and I'm in the process of the river still falling. And this is one of the spots I fished, guys, last summer during the extreme drought. And I've been fishing this river my entire life. I've never been able to get out to these spots. And well, here it is June, and I'm already out here. I'm like way out in the river on a point. So that's normally it's underwater. So but we're gonna see what happens. So yeah, like I said, I'm literally in 100 foot plus a foot of water is what I got out here. A lot of these fish, especially the smaller ones, by bringing them up real fast, I've got to decompress these fish. I've got to burp them because the water gets so daggone deep out there. I got my buddy Cujo with me. So we're out here. So he's got a couple rods off to the side. Roger, what's going on, brother? Mhm. Yeah, we got some carp, we got some skipjack out right now, and we got a couple rods with some chicken too. Just trying to see. I had the first time in shoot 2 months I've used chicken. So, but I broke some chicken out because we got the chicken challenge tomorrow. So I went ahead and picked up some chicken. So I grabbed a few thighs out of there and I threw it in the uh, bag. So
I did
back
right the
at
opposite, Jerry. I went to grab my chicken, then I was like, you know what? I got to use that tomorrow. So I left it at home. I didn't bring nothing but skipjack and buffalo.
you. Still coming down my way?
Do what?
You still coming down my way to fish tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll see you out on the lake then. I'll be in the old Cadillac tomorrow if the
Yeah.
conditions allow. Oh, come on. Hit it.
What's going on, fellas?
Creole, what's
Rio.
going on, brother?
Well,
What's
I
up,
figured
Hollis?
if nothing, I figured if nothing else, I can't fish with y'all, but at least I can hang out a little bit while I drive home from work, right?
Right on.
Yeah.
You not going to get to fish today?
No, I'm working all weekend, brother.
Dang.
I got you. Well, you can fish vicariously through us, brother.
Well, that was kind of the plan. I figure if you can't fish with them, then at least hang out, right?
There you go.
That's right. Well,
Yeah, I heard y'all talking about how low the river's been getting. I know down here where I'm at in the Atchafalaya, we're only 4 feet higher than the lowest point that it ever got last year. Right now,
We're actually about right at the same, Jeremy.
yeah,
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 I'm out on a point that I can never, ever get to. Last year was the first time I was able to fish it, and I'm out here today fishing. So it's it ain't looking good, boys.
well, we're just gonna have to adapt. That's all. At least this is our second year facing these record lows. So hopefully last year taught us something, and we can learn a little bit for this year.
Well, the,
Right.
well, the one thing I will say, this past spring into early spring to late spring, I capitalized on that because from record lows last year, I took a mental note of what a lot of ledges and all this crap and cover was.
Yep, yep.
And when the water came up, I fished those areas.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I did a lot of scouting around when the river was really, really low. And, just like you, made a note of a lot of things. And also it forced me to fish areas that I'd never fished before.
Oh
And I
yeah.
found me a couple of good spots because of that.
So once I get the boat in the water, spot I'm fishing, I'm actually going to come back into here and do some suspend drifting.
I tell you what, I believe you could be dangerous in a boat, Jerry. I can't wait to see that.
Well,
I'm telling you.
I hope so. Stephanie.
But I'll give you the same advice that I give everybody else when they're going off of the bank and getting in a boat, trying to get used to it. Don't be afraid to move.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, me and my wife were talking about that last night. That's going to be one of the mindsets I'm going to have to get out of.
Is to
I'm going to
sit
have to be
there.
like, yep, I can
Yep,
move. I can move. I can move, you know?
yep, yep, yep. Don't sit there and wait. Now you can go to the fish. It makes all the difference in the world.
I believe that was one of the first things you told me, and it took me a little while to get out of that. I'd go just squat on a spot and stay there for 2, 3 hours, and now I pretty well stick and move.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like it's habit. You get in those habits. You fish off the bank. You're used to setting up in spots and waiting for the fish to come to you. And it takes a while to realize that. Well, wait a minute. I've got the electronics. I've got the boat. I can go to the fish.
That's right.
The only
That's
thing that's
what
frustrating is when you're fishing from a boat. And I know everybody else can vouch for me on this. You go, you mark fish, you set up on them, you throw baits at them, and they don't want to bite. That is the most frustrating thing, and you have to get used to that.
That is incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, you got. It's not just about finding fish. You got to find active fish, and that it takes time. It takes practice to know what you're looking for.
well, I've got the remedy for that. I'm gonna rig up like I'm gonna throw out to him, and I'm gonna put a little carabiner with a little quarter stick of dynamite, and I'm gonna send it down the line.
That'll get them moving.
James Bailey, how we doing, buddy?
Oh man, hey, you just got to do what you got to do.
Well, I'm just really excited because I'm gonna be able to get into a lot of spots I haven't been able to get into for years.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
definitely.
come on.
And now you'll have options. Like it's so hard to fish off the bank. For me because there's so many good spots that you can't get to off the bank. You're so limited. You get in that
Yep.
boat, you can just about go where you want. It's pretty close.
What's going on, Josh? What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Josh? Well, Jeremy, you'd be proud of me. I did something. I've been doing something for about the last hour. I ain't never did before. I finally got out here and got to do a little bumping. Man, that was
Really
fun.
now.
Sure did.
Now
I
now
come
you
out here a little early today just to practice.
yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I went up river. Actually went up to some new river I had never been to, several miles upstream, and there's a big series of wing dikes, about 15 wing dikes. And I
Okay.
found this perfect, nice little straight current seam in between the dikes, about 3 mile an hour. And I got out there, played with the trolling motor, got to about a mile and a half, and just started getting used to letting that line and stuff out. It took me a little while to get that line out and feel that bottom, but I finally got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And look, I'll tell
I
you,
ain't
you
I ain't
will
good at it
you
yet, but
oh no, it takes a long time to really get a good feel for it. But I'll tell you, there's no better way to learn the bottom of a river than to bump through it.
well, I tell you, yeah, I found all kinds of little humps and bumps and stuff.
Yep.
Like I said, that was all new river to me anyway, but yeah, you could
Yeah.
feel it like a little rise. You could feel little troughs, all kinds of stuff.
Yep. You can feel all that. You can also feel when the bottom changes, let's say from revetment to sand or something like that. And you'd be and when you get a little better at it, especially when you're passing through these current streams by these eddies and things like that, you're actually going to be able to feel all these little reverse and side currents that are down below the water that you can't see. You're going to feel that in that bumping rod.
See, I
So Josh
had something
says,
similar to that. The boat was going straight, and it looked like on top of the water, the current seam was going straight, but all of a sudden my bait started walking off to the left, out toward the middle.
You're
It
going
was
to,
where
yeah,
there was a current down underneath pulling it out.
yep. You're gonna start noticing all that stuff. And when you notice those, what I call those side currents, that means there's something down there that's causing that. And you'll feel every little thing. It's amazing how much you learn through that bumping rod.
well, Josh says once you get enough line out, come off spot lock and away you go. So the trick of getting the
Yep.
line out and then bumping is start on spot lock.
Yep.
Really?
And yep. And you see, when I bump, I don't start out in spot lock. I actually I pass up the spot where I want to start. I get my boat going the speed I want it to go, then I start bumping. Because and there's nothing wrong with starting in spot lock, but if you're starting on spot lock, you got to let a lot more line out than if you'd be moving. Then what's going to happen when you come off spot lock and start going back? You're going to chase up some of that line, then you're going to catch up to yourself and be able to move back.
But yeah, I did that until I finally got hung up and broke off, and then I quit. It was the weirdest thing. I thought I was way out behind me. I had about 200 foot of line, and I was like, okay, we were getting ready to start the show. I went to reel up, and the more I reeled up, all of a sudden my line was way up in front of the boat, and I had to use my motor and get up ahead of it and pull it out. And I was like, man, I thought I was letting out all kind of line. No, it was just the current taking my line, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what happens. Look, my rule is if I let that rod down three or four times and I don't feel bottom, I'm reeling up, and I'm reeling up fast because I'm either hung up or now sometimes that'll happen when a fish will pick it up. Like all of a sudden you won't feel bottom anymore. Like, man, what's going on? And when you reel, there's a
Mm-hmm.
fish on the end of the line. I've had it happen to me more than once.
Ah.
But yeah, you're right. You'll get hung up and not realize it. As long as you let line out, the current will take it, and it'll make a massive bow in your line. By
Mm-hmm.
the time you figure out you done messed up, you're 100 feet in front of the boat.
Yep.
Becca said when she
Oh,
bumps, it's usually on her toes. Real
Hmm.
family.
I mean, honestly,
Real family said,
everybody.
hope you all were doing well. We were vacationing at the Red Road, can't hardly reservation. Slow bite so far. The spawn, and yes, the spawn is definitely here because, yeah, I sent these guys a picture of a blue I caught last night. Had a big old bloody fresh bite mark right in his side. Got a little bit of glare on my phone, kind of hard for me to see y'all. Hopefully the bite picks up once these shadows start getting a little longer. Oh, we lost Creole. So Richard, you gonna run down river, set up? Real Virtual, how we doing, buddy?
I was gonna try to suspend drift through here, but man, I ain't marking nothing. I don't know. I kind of want to go up here and spot lock above some brush and stuff I found, but I don't know. I may go down there and just try that deep water.
Well, J-Dog and Terry been doing pretty good suspend drifting.
Oh yeah.
This is a good time of year to do it.
So, Richard, I put a comment up on screen for you from Mike Greenwell. He says, if Richard would invite me fishing, I'd show him how to bump.
Mike, you come down anytime you get ready, buddy. We'll go out and do it. You just got to show up. You ain't got to bring your boat or nothing. Can't beat an invitation like that.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm the same way. I think the mistake most people make, like they say that, you know, they wish I would invite them to come fishing with me. It's like, well, that's your mistake, thinking you need an invite. You just show up.
Right. And it's the only thing about trying to suspend drift with 4 rods. You're constantly walking around, reeling up, letting out, reeling up, letting out.
Oh yeah, you'll burn some calories, boy.
It's a lot of work.
It really is. About just
Hey
go anchor
David,
up
how we
somewhere.
doing? Well, that and plus, man, you do run over a drift pile or something. Oh, my Lord, good Lord! You get every rod hung up. Yeah, it can get crazy if you get hung up on all rods hung up at the same time.
Got a little too much current right here
Oh yeah.
too. It just, I mean, it ain't bad. It's about 4, but bad enough. Everything happens quick. Everything gets
Yeah.
all hung up quick.
About to say. Troy, no, I am not fishing. I am on the road from work. I just figured I'd come hang out with these boys a little while.
But I am fairly ambitious. I mean, I got to have out at least one donkey bait. That's a
Well,
pretty good
yeah,
sized
you
bait
got
there.
to.
Got to.
That's an absolute must-have. You got to have a donkey bait out.
And Jeremy, you'll get a kick out of this. Look what I put my convector on and was bumping with.
Now you know I've been curious about that. I bet you that makes a decent little bumping rod.
It really does, man. It's pretty sensitive. You can feel everything, and it's light. You just sit there
Yeah.
and just, yeah.
Well, do you
It's pretty
actually
fun.
have a bumping rod as of now?
I do. I got one at the house, but I
Oh,
just
okay.
thought it'd be kind of neat. I hadn't seen nobody use one of them, and I just thought it'd be kind of neat to maybe be the first one catch one on it bumping. You know.
Yeah, I don't know, somebody said that in a live stream or something like that, and it gave me the same idea. I'm like, I wonder, because I have one of Freddie's 5-footers, and it made me real
Uh-huh.
curious. I was wondering how that would work.
It seemed like it did fine.
Well, that would definitely be the first rod of its kind that's capable of basically doing every style of fishing imaginable, including bumping. There's not many rods that can say that.
Right.
Because I can
Here, I'm
tell
gonna
you,
mute for just a second while I'm moving.
yeah. Because y'all know me. I love my Muddy River Catfish and Blue Cat rods, but it is not a good bumping rod. I can tell you that 100%. It's not very good for that.
That'll be something I'll have to do, Vince. I'll have to order me a bumping rod too.
Well, I can tell you, as far as a production rod goes, I haven't found one yet that's better than that Uncle Lou rod. I'll be honest.
What's going on, Chadwick? Rowdy Royals in the house. 922 barbecue. It's kind of, yeah, I'm trying to keep up, Chad. Y'all been having a heck of a time seeing my screen. I got a little bit of a glare going on, so. Man, I ended up freaking donking out last night. Who won the boat tournament last night?
I don't know, actually. I passed out. Me too. I have no idea. It wasn't me. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
That's about all I can tell you.
Yeah, we night fished last night for quite a while. Then I got home and I guess it was we got home about 3 a.m. and I ended up crashing out.
Yeah.
Dan 3 won the last 3 minutes. Wow. Took it down to the wire.
Okay. All right. I like that. David, in my opinion, the most important thing for a bumping rod, aside from anything else, is sensitivity. It's got to be an extremely sensitive rod, because if you can't feel that bottom good, the rest doesn't matter in my opinion. Besides that, you want a nice lightweight rod. A well balanced rod is important, for comfort. Because you're working this thing possibly for hours. Personally, I like a rod with a lot of backbone, a really fast tip, and I like the rods that have stainless guides without the inserts for durability. But sensitivity first, and lightweight and balance are second on my list as far as what makes a good bumping rod.
What's going on, Mark? Catfish and crappies.
What's going on, Mark?
Boy, it is.
In fact, a while back on Sharina's live show, we actually did a comparison of 4 different brands of bumping rods, and that Uncle Lou bumping rod came out on top by a pretty wide margin. In fact, I was pleasantly surprised. Oh yeah, that Uncle Lou rod definitely won out in all categories. Yeah, we compared a Uncle Lou, a B&M, a Catch the Fever, and a Whisker Seeker. What's up, Danny?
Crap, they saw us.
Danny's in the house. All right.
I recognize that mug anywhere.
Y'all wouldn't believe what we had to go through to get down here. Woo, Lord.
I believe anything you tell me.
Man, there's dead catfish carcasses all over the place here. Everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they flayed them out and left the heads and they just took the flays off. Man, they are there's at least 30 or 40 catfish carcasses laying there. And I'm talking about big 30-pound catfish.
That's a damn shame.
Well, they did fillet them and take the meat. So, I mean, there is some, consolation in that, I guess. But all right,
they wasn't waiting.
We're gonna get set up. We're gonna get some rods set out. That last spot we was in, we tore off rigs off every one of our rods, so we got to hurry up and get rigged up and get out there. So let us get busy on that.
All right. Yeah, JJ, I imagine it's in the 90s here, so I imagine it smells pretty ripe, I bet.
Oh, yeah, I can about imagine.
I'm hoping once that sun starts setting a bit, the bite will pick up. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of hits already, but it's all little bitty type tap. Which is crazy because I'm at 100 foot plus a foot of water. Rowdy, I've got a few things to do, but the biggest thing, I've got to get a trolling motor put on the boat yet before I get out here in the river. I just ain't comfortable about having at least a trolling motor on it. So I've got to get a trolling motor on it, and then I'll be good to go. Like I said,
what kind you thinking about putting on it, Jerry?
Well, eventually I want to save up and get one of Tarobas. But I'd like to do.
That is the correct answer right there.
So
Yep, that's definitely the right answer, man. I've been having mine for it'll be 3 years now, and man, I don't know what I would do without it.
yeah, it's just it's just I don't know. There's too much crap, and a lot of times I'm gonna be solo. If the big motor fails, I'd like to have that towing motor for a backup, at least to be able to get where I need to go.
Yep.
Remember, no skunks. All good. Betty, how we doing? What's going on, Betty girl?
What's going on, Betty? My plan was at first I was going to go back to that spot where I caught them yellowcat a while back and fish with y'all tonight. But I went and look at it the other day. It's almost dry.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah, that's like I said. This is the spot. Like I said, I've never ever fished this spot until last summer with the record lows, and I'm already able to access this, and it's not even mid June. It definitely got me really concerned.
Yeah, when I went drive and look at it, the spot where I was throwing my baits is dry land now.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
There's about a 60-foot wide channel in that middle that has water still in it, and that's it. Everything else is sandbar.
Dang. Even a couple of my favorite wing dikes have already gotten so shallow already around, and I'm like, man, this is not good.
Betty, I got news for you. The day you hear me say that word out loud on a live, y'all better come check on me. I'm not even gonna say it.
Boy, there is a ton of boat traffic on the river today, though. I got 2 boats coming up river right now.
Well, our barge traffic's really slowed down with this low water.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Right through here, we usually average around 10 an hour, maybe. Sometimes a little less. I passed 2 on the way up river, but I ain't seen one since.
Well, we've seen like 2, 3 tugs, and 1 barge was loaded down with rock. That's been it. We've been out here since about 1 o'clock.
Really? I was getting a bunch of pictures sent to me this morning. Mr. John down there in Louisiana, buddy, he's on them. He's done caught 2 or 3 flathead and 2 or 3 nice blue.
Oh, dang.
I know exactly where he caught them too.
Is that right?
Oh yeah. You got to figure me and him more or less fish the same waters. He's just on the southern side of it, but we fish the same holes sometimes.
Well, hole is the key.
Yeah.
He told me where he was at. Yep. He told me what depth he was fishing. That's making me want to head over to a little hole I know. Maybe that'll translate upriver,
Yeah, he and I had a conversation about that yesterday, and it's about like I thought. He's finding those super deep holes, and that's where he's getting the fish at.
Yep.
But
I'm gonna give it.
But not in the bottom of the holes though. They're on the ledges up above the bottom of the hole.
He was telling me sometimes, throw out there and hit the bottom, pull it up 4 or 5 foot, just up off the side of it.
Yep.
I'm gonna give this spot here about maybe 30 minutes, something like that. And then I'm going to head up there and hit one of them holes.
Yep, that's the way to do it. Yeah, he's probably one of the very few people who not only understands how I fish, but he fishes the same way I do.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I just want his pontoon. Man, he's got it made. Great big old thing.
A 26 foot, I think he has.
26 foot. Man, I'd have me a grill on there and all kinds of stuff. I'd have it made.
I think he does, actually.
Well, Jeremy, can you believe I left the chicken at home, man?
I am so proud of you.
I knew you would be. I'm actually just saving it for tomorrow. I got to be in that chicken only challenge. I actually was going to bring it. I went to grab it. Then I thought, no, I'm going to do it all skipjack. I got skipjack and a couple of giant chunks of buffalo.
That'll work. But to be honest, if it's to use chicken, now is the time of year to do it, though.
Think so?
Yeah, that's the only time I've had good luck with chicken is during this time of year, like during those hot weather months.
Oh, chicken is my number one wintertime bait.
I was just fixing to say, man, I've had better luck on it in the cold weather. Then again, our cold and y'all's cold is a little different.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it gets 7 degrees. Creole's like, wow, I'm freezing.
Need a hoodie.
Yeah, but yeah, you know what? This time of year, I don't want to hear y'all crap, okay? Because it's hot down here.
Oh, I bet it's just a freaking sweatbox down there right now, ain't it?
Oh, it is not. And then it rained a little bit this morning, and then the sun came out. Oh my God!
Oh. Cut the air with a knife, can't you?
Oh, I know how those steamed crabs feel.
Mm. Let me ask you something, Jeremy. I had a 5-ounce weight. I had a 5-ounce weight on that bumping rig.
Okay.
And about 3 to 3.5 mile an hour current. A lot of times it felt like I could just let that thing go forever, and it wouldn't really hit bottom. Do I need a heavier weight?
Well, my instincts would say yeah. How much line did you have out?
Man, at one, I mean, sometimes I could feel it. I don't know. I would just hit it just right, about 100 foot, 150 foot. At one point, I had out over 300 foot of line, man.
Oh wow!
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, something ain't right. So I just reeled it all up and kind of started over.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me ask you like this: how deep of water were you fishing in?
It was going from say 35 to 50, and kind of doing this number.
Five should have done the trick, but keep in mind, whenever you find you're letting a lot of line out, you could always slow down your trolling motor a bit and kind of catch up with it a little bit. You know what I mean? You don't have to keep your boat at exactly half the current speed. You know what I mean?
Really? See, I was trying to keep it pretty much right at half.
That's just a general rule to get you started. Now, you don't want to go the same speed as the current naturally, but you can vary from that a little bit as you need to kind of help you out. Like okay. I'll be honest. When I'm going a lot slower than half the speed of the current. I slow myself much more than that, but that's because of the terrain I'm bumping in.
Really? A lot of ups and downs?
Yeah, that's just that. Well, yeah, it's some very tall ups and downs, and they're very close together. I have to slow down and use heavier weight to be able to follow those contours. Because if I go too fast, I never hit the troughs.
I got you. And when you say heavier, what's about the heaviest you would use in that situation?
In extreme circumstances, I have used 12 ounces to bump.
No kidding.
My
Okay.
average that I use is probably about 6 ounces. I use 5 and 6 probably more than anything else.
Okay. See, I was afraid to go too heavy. So I know everybody said you want to use as light as you can get by with. So I was afraid to go too heavy.
The only way I would tell you that a weight is too heavy is if you're just about straight under your boat. You know.
Okay.
You know, then I would tell you to back off of your weight.
Actually, you got 2 of them with mayonnaise, and I got 1 with mustard. Make sure you don't get the mustard. Mustard,
But there's nothing wrong with using your boat speed to account a little bit for the size weight that you're using. You know what I mean? If you think your lead is a little too heavy, hey, it ain't nothing wrong with slowing your boat down a little bit more, putting more drag against it.
That makes sense. Hey, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
You remember that big old, that great big T-shaped dike we always talk about, the one that me and you fished right next to, me, you, and Danny?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, I've been kind of nosing right up to it, and the water's flowing over it just about 3-4 feet over the top.
Yeah.
The top of that dike is about 10 foot out of the water right now. You can't see over it. It's about 10 foot tall, man. Yeah, it's crazy looking. It's like just a giant rock wall.
That's just nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, the old river, she's dropping.
I'm starting to think old Hake Jr. was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? In fact, we got a project coming up here not too long. We're not far.
Oh, we lose Creel.
Yeah, he was getting a little robotic on him. We might have. I don't know if we lost him or
Oh, okay.
just got a sketchy signal. There you go.
I'm going through a bad area.
Okay.
Okay, we got you now.
To see, probably in about 30 minutes, I may have to drop out completely because I know I'm going to lose signal when I get over there by my fishing spots.
I got you.
No, I was saying that we have a project coming up at work. We're actually going to be building some wing dikes on the Mississippi River.
No kidding. Well,
Yeah,
that would be pretty cool.
I'll be able to mark them for sure to fish them because I'll be the one putting them there.
Well, yeah,
Right.
you're gonna have to lay it out where you know it's gonna make the scar hole and everything. Just lay them out just right.
I may holler at the guy in that big long reach excavator and get him to dig me a couple of scour holes while we're at it. You know what I mean?
Dang
There you
right.
go.
There you go.
Now, when y'all's building them, you ain't gonna have a fishing pole in your truck, are you? You wouldn't do that.
Well, you know, one may accidentally find its way in there. You know how that is.
It happens. It happens.
It does happen.
Yeah, we were doing a job. We had we built a scaffold off a barge up there on these concrete plants. And some of the iron workers, they had rods stuck in some of the spots in the barge hanging off the side.
You better believe that's what I'm going to be doing.
Oh. Well, it was nice and clean while it lasted. My new bait towel is not clean no more. I done broke it in.
I like it. I like it.
Dang. J.G. Hill, he had a houseboat. Said his dock fee was $3,700 a year. Woo.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't know how we doing.
Well, Danny, where'd y'all end up moving to?
Whew.
There he is.
I just got finished baiting everything up.
I got
We're
you.
upstream. We're upstream from the observation deck.
Okay, I thought so. I thought that mud bank's where he was. I didn't know for sure.
Dude, you know when them homeless people had that tent set up and they're living there?
Uh-huh.
There are, man, I guess they've been living here and catching catfish nonstop. There are dead catfish carcasses everywhere up here.
No kidding.
Dude, I'm talking about big ones too. I ran over several of them with my truck when I come in here. Yeah, we're going to have to fix my truck. It's pretty rotten.
You know, most of the commercial guys take them home and process them at home and stuff, but I wonder if that big old commercial rig has been down here ain't been doing some of that, just, cleaning them right there on the boat and throwing the carcasses out.
It looks like it, dude. I mean, I don't want to show it to you. I can if you insist. But there are just piles and piles and piles. When you get the leave out or something, if it's still not, it's before dark, drive down here and look. You're gonna get sick to your stomach. And I ain't talking about just the fact that they got carcasses everywhere. It's just that many of them.
Wow.
I mean, if they're using them, okay, I get it. I get it. Do I like it? No,
No.
but I get it.
I would much rather know that it was a bunch of homeless people down there killing them and eating them than commercial guys, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, it's filleted out carcasses. It's the head with the spine still attached. You can see where they took off each fillet and took the meat off of them, and so they're using them.
At least throw them in the water though, right? Don't leave them on the bank.
I know it's pretty bad.
Well, they throw enough of them up there, they can there'll be possums and crap all over them. They can cook them with possum too, I guess.
There you go. I think barbecue possum up, man. It's greasy, but you can eat it.
Well, I tell you what, I don't know, man. I
Got to parboil it, man. About like coon, you got to parboil it.
Freaking cattle farms and stuff, and I've seen possum come out of the business end of a cow before, all covered in slime.
Well, they're just eating hamburger. It'd be all right.
That's right.
And y'all got the nerve to say that I eat some weird stuff.
Oh no, I love that stuff you eat. I'm all about it. What are you eating, bologna? I'd rather
I can honestly say never in my life have I been hungry enough to eat a possum.
No, we just did it on a
No
dare.
kidding? You ain't never tried it for real?
No, and I'm not gonna either.
Ate it, yeah. Like
you ever eat coon?
Everything,
I have eaten coon once. It's not too bad. It ain't my favorite, but I ain't gonna go chasing one down.
You make pulled pork out of it. Pretty tasty.
Yep. That's the way we would do with beaver. Cook it like a pot roast, or do it like pulled pork. Some kind of good.
Oh, vinyl, yes, it is 100% legal to eat possum. As long as you,
Dude, I'll tell you right now, you cook up a barbecue beaver, put it on a hamburger bun, give somebody, they'll swear they're eating the highest quality beef they've ever had in their life, and they'll never know it.
Just like beef.
beaver and muskrat,
No doubt.
they're 100% vegetarian, dang near. So
Y'all can have all that. I'll stick to my seafood.
Now, Coda's eating her bologna sandwich.
well, technically, it is seafood, Creole. It's just got fur on it.
Don't get me started, Jerry.
I'd have to disagree with him on that too, Creole.
Yeah.
Don't mess with my shrimp, my crab legs, my oysters, none of that. Don't mess with it. I know. You don't like oysters, but you like calamari.
Calamari's good.
Yeah, calamari is good.
Those crabs.
Crab's good too, yeah.
Yeah.
Once I explained to my dad that calamari tastes just like frog legs, he loves it now.
Oh, yeah. It tastes like frog legs made out of a rubber band.
But that means you had some that was cooked too long. When you overcook it, it gets rubbery.
That's right.
Yeah, it gets rubbery.
Man, that cotton picking mad cat's rod, she done crossed over Black Betty right there. See that? Yeah, that ain't gonna work for me. Well, I'm actually, Jerry, you'll remember that time that I was doing that all night fishing thing, and you were on panel, Big Skip and Alicia Barnett, and I caught that 59-pound blue
Yeah.
sitting in the exact same spot. Only I'm about, I don't know, 60 feet further down the bank.
Vinyl actually, well, I'm not fishing, but the three guys that are fishing the same body of water. They're all fishing the Mississippi River, but they're very far apart from each other. But technically, yes, on the same body of water.
Well, not really. Richard's right over there.
Yeah. I'm a long way from y'all, and Jerry's a long way from y'all, so we got a little distance. I'm actually driving right on the side of the Mississippi River right now, but I'm a couple of miles south of Danny.
Now, Richard's actually upstream and around that bend down there.
Yeah.
Between here and just Danny and Richard Vinyl, it is completely 100% a different body of water.
You drink it all.
JG, it's not as bad as you think. The number one rule when running that river, you don't want to run your boat in the current seams, because a lot of times that's where the logs are.
Yeah, you want to run out in the main channel when possible.
Yeah. And when the river's dropping, you have a much less of a chance of seeing any of that. When the river's rising, that's when you see all that stuff in the water.
And that's where it's good to know your body of water. Cause like around here, we got a lot of wing dikes and stuff stick out, boy. If you're not paying attention tonight, you get yourself in a world of hurt quick.
At least I get to pass by and check on my fishing spots. I can just look at them.
They're calling, Leo, come fish us.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Let's see.
Today is the first day that Coda has got to put her brand new Mad Cat's rod in the water. We did another spot, threw it out within 5 minutes. She had fish on. That's what it was, Creole.
A drum.
A goo.
Oh, I love it.
She didn't care. That was her first fish on her new Mad Cat's rod, and she goes, "It's fighting really hard."
They do. Those big ones pull. They fun to catch.
Oh yeah, it was swirling around under the line, was cutting figure eights in there. I said, "Oh yeah, we got a catfish, girl." And she pulled it up, and I go, "Crap!"
Yeah, the niece and nephew, they were wearing some drum out last night. I had them rigged up. I mean, me and the wife had our rods rigged up with cut bait, but I had them rigged up with the night crawlers, and they were wearing them dang drum out, boy.
Hey, what's the rod limit on the chicken tournament in the morning?
I believe it's 6, I think.
I think it is 6.
I'm gonna have 2 out. That's all I'll have. That's all I'm gonna need to whoop that hiney. I am the chicken master.
I'm not sure I'd be bragging about that.
Yep.
Just saying.
Right here's that spot where, what was it, weekend before last, me and Stephanie was out here. The water was up about 10 feet higher than it is now, and water comes around the end of this wing dike, man. And I mean, it just gets ripping around that wing dike, right? And that's when I smoked that battery. I smoked Group 31 batteries, and we got too close to that current. That joker sucked us into it. We couldn't get out of it. My batteries wouldn't, trolling motor wouldn't get me out of it. That was a little sketchy.
Oh
We was
wow.
scrambling trying to fire up the big motor and pull lines in.
Yeah, what pound thrush you got on your boat, Richard?
It's 112,
Wow.
which it never give me any trouble, but that's when I was like, man, that's weird. My batteries don't never run out, you know, but they got real weak and I couldn't get out of that current, got sucked through. So I got home and looked, and every cell on that battery was bone dry. It won't take a charge, so I pretty well smoked that battery.
Yeah, it killed the cells.
Shirley T, how we doing, girl? Outdoors with Otis, how we doing?
Now, if you get a bite, don't take off running and fall in that hole right
I'm
there.
gonna freshen up a couple baits here real quick.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I'm actually going to turn my camera on real quick because I actually stopped and I got out of my truck. I'm looking at one of my fishing spots right now. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, last time I was here, y'all could see them sandbars way out there in the middle. Those were about 12 feet underwater last time I was here.
Dang.
Yeah, but this is the channel right here that connects the Mississippi River to the Atchafalaya River. The Mississippi is right there across that big dam. And it is slap full of Asian carp down there. I can see them moving around in there. Because there's no current in this dam right here. Right now. That's crazy. Let's see. I'll come over on top of the hill right here. See the other side.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all be able to see that. But can you see that rock wall back there? That dike?
Yep, I can see it.
Back in the winter when me and Danny was doing so good, when I caught that 55 and everything, water was spilling about 5 or 6 feet over the top of that.
Yep.
Goes to show you how much the river's dry. Yeah, now stand on top of the road. That's the Mississippi right out there. But this is the closest these two rivers come together. Mississippi's right here, and if I turn around, Atchafalaya is right over there. That's this right here, this big structure. That's the one that almost collapsed in 1973 in the big flood. Yeah, buddy. All right, well, guys, once I get back in my truck and take off down the road, I'm going to completely lose signal. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here and let y'all fish.
All right, brother.
All right, I'll catch y'all later, guys. Y'all catch me a big one.
All right, we'll see you, brother.
All right, man.
Now, what's the deal with the chicken tournament? Is it most weight?
Most weight.
I think most combined weight, maybe something. I think.
Yeah, they said just weigh every fish and it'd be most weight. Boys, we're about to see if they are deep. I'm fishing in 96 foot of water. It's the deepest hole I know of around here. So if they ain't
Yeah.
down there, I don't know where they're at.
Yeah, the party crowd's over there on the Kentucky side today, Richard.
Oh yeah, I seen them all up on the sandbars earlier.
Oh man, they're piled up over there.
Are they?
They got bass boats, john boats, pontoons, jet skis, all over that sandbar over there, all pulled up in there. Yeah, they got their music blasting too, but we can't hear it from here enough that it's gonna bother us. Yeah, they usually get piled up over there, and after they get drunk enough, there's always that one guy that goes, I bet I can swim across this river. And I go, here we go.
That's how
I wouldn't do
news
it if
stories
I
get
was
made
you.
right there.
Oh, that's a big old guard just came up right there. You see him? That thing's every bit of 5 foot long. That's a monster gar, boy.
Well, my nephew caught a friggin' giant gar last night.
Yeah. Jerry, how late you staying out?
I'm thinking maybe around close to 8, maybe.
Yeah,
I gotta get
I got.
home. I gotta change a bunch of rigs and everything for tomorrow's chicky tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out to the latest 8 o'clock. Give myself plenty of time to get home. I
Yeah,
gotta
that's what
go home, get all these batteries on the charge, get all my rigs changed over. I might have to leave at like 2:30 in the morning to get up there. So you gotta hurry up and get these batteries on charge.
Yeah, you do got a bit of a haul.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to get her out of here, right at dark. But I don't know. I may have to just go for the dink channel cats tomorrow to just even get on anything.
Well,
I tell you
you
what,
got
that was gonna be my. If we're talking about the same place, that was gonna be my second choice if I had to. Because
Yeah.
I mean, they may be small, but you can catch so many of them down there. You still got a chance of winning it.
Well, I mean, look what the kids did last weekend. They tore them up.
Exactly.
if I don't have too much wind, I've got a pretty solid game plan for tomorrow. If I don't have too much wind, so
I mean, you catch 32 pounders. There you go.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
can win with that.
Oh, you can do it down there if you can get past all the bullheads. I think they
Do
caught like
bullheads
30
count?
bullheads and about 10 channel cats.
The bullheads counting this thing?
I don't think so.
Just channels, blues, flatheads?
You know what? That's the general rule of thumb I go by. If they add them to them, then great. But generally, most people stick with that. That dog running down that sandbar. Man, that dude is quick. Did you see him?
No.
Right there, look behind that boat. Watch him. Man, that dog is having time of his life.
Throw that back. Cooler. I'm switching up to an 8 so it gets to the bottom pass. Yeah.
I mean, I'm right here with you.
Yeah, there's a bit of an undertow right there.
Hey Jerry, where's your video at right now?
To be honest, Rich, I ain't got a
Last
clue.
time I looked, it was like
40K.
880. Last time I looked, I think. I sure hope it gets to 1 million. I want to see it hit 1 million, man.
Yeah, that'd be something, wouldn't it?
That'd be awesome, dude. That one you put out right after that's really picking up some steam too.
Yeah, I think it's up around like 18, I think.
Yeah.
And which that reminds me, we want to start pushing Richard's channel real hard. For anybody that ain't subscribed to Fishing and Freedom, spread the word on that because we want to get him to 1,000.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to do it within the next 2 shows we do, between now and the next show.
I appreciate that. Thank you, fellas.
Yeah, so if anybody hasn't subbed to Fishing and Freedom, please do so. And if any of the mods are out there, throw Fishing and Freedom's link up in there. Which I'm pretty sure most people that watch all of us has got you.
Anybody new coming here, definitely check out Richard from Fishing and Freedom. Got some great content. So,
Catfish and Crappie says it's at 874,000 right now.
all right.
That's crazy, dude.
A little more than I thought. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, y'all keep that momentum going. If you've already seen it, go over and check it out again. Hit the thumbs up, share it out, get some more folks on it. Keep that momentum going.
Yeah, and Mark says, Richard, you may only need 500 subs now. The way they're changing stuff up, I think they're fixing to start doing monetization on people that are 500 subs and more.
Yeah,
I know you've got the watch
they're gonna
hours.
have
That's
where you can get super chats and super stickers and things of the sort. You just can't get ad revenue until you hit 1,000.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
A bunch of stuff up.
But that's pretty cool that they're doing that. That helps out, a lot of smaller channels.
Now, do they let you do memberships?
Now that I don't know.
Well, either way, I'd rather just go ahead on and get it to 1,000 and be done with it.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Get her done. Let's just go for the gusto and get her done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it ain't really about the money for me. It's just kind of a goal, It's just kind of a goal I want to hit. I think everybody does. And just throwing that out there, when I do get to 1,000, there might be some pretty awesome giveaways coming. Just saying.
I can pretty much guarantee it.
I've done kind of talk to the fellow river rats there. There's going to be some pretty cool stuff happening.
Oh yeah. And I'd
Trust
love
me,
to see
y'all
all
ain't gonna
that
want to miss
happen
that.
on the next episode.
Well, I would too. When we do our 50th, it'd be cool to just do it all in.
Oh man, I'm down for that.
Yeah, we got some pretty, like I said, some pretty nice things we be maybe chunking out there. And I'm pretty sure Mark said he'd donate that brand new boat of his. I think.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I'm
sure I
not
heard
gonna
the
get in
same.
on that one. Forget that. You're on your own there, pal. I think you get
I
killed over
thought
that
that's what
boat.
I heard Mark say. I don't know.
Yep. I'm not sticking my finger in that bear trap.
Well, he finally got it all nice and slimed up the other night. Nice flatty on there, and got a nice flathead on there. Some channel cat. He broke it in right.
Man, we've had other than the drum that Coda caught this earlier today, dude. We've had one good takedown, and it got underneath that revetment on us. I mean, it smoked that blue Mad Cat's rod, and he ran straight for that revetment, was reeled in, and under it he went. Coda, Mad Cats, Mad Cats, Mad Cats. Hang on, wait for it,
Get
wait
him,
for it.
Coda.
Hang on,
Get it, girl.
hang on. He banged it. Just hold on. Let him take it. Let him eat it. Yeah, he slapped it real hard, dropped a ton of slack in it, and then pulled it all out of there. Yep, there's a bump. There's a bump. Hold. Hang on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Come on, fish. She's getting hit. It's actually
Welcome,
acting
Coda.
like a guard. It's acting like a guard bite.
Danny
But I'm
sound like
not sure.
Brave our heart. Hold.
Come on. Don't fire until you see the whites of his eyes. I think she's got a gar messing with her. I don't know. All right, come on back over here and sit down and let's just watch it for a little bit. If he may come back and pick it up. Well, that little green Mad Cat's rod's, I mean, it's trying its best today, boy.
Yeah, Mad Cats, they dropped some new rods today. I don't know exactly what they did drop, but they got some more stuff they dropped today.
She got that puzzle rod. Yeah, her and Brantley both got the puzzle rods. Man, that is the brightest colored green you ever seen in your life.
It is, isn't it?
And it's got kind of the pink. To me, it looks pink. There he goes. There he goes. There he goes. Get over there. Hold on. He's messing with you. He's messing with you. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Let me get that camera turned around.
Oh,
He
let me
keeps
hit
coming
you.
back, picking it up. Now, if he'll get a hold of that,
Got
we
you on
got
solo.
we got a dadgum. I think he got 11-knot hook on there. She's got a big old hook on that rod. You may need to downsize that puppy. There he comes. Hang on. There he is, bumping on it. Hold on. I don't know. He's acting really weird, guys. I'm not sure. He's bumping it again. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. He's acting like a gar bite. Come on, Cody. You can save the day. He's bumping it. Just let him eat it. He finds that hook, he's going to take off like a rocket. He's still there. Man, he's just tapping it. Still there.
You'll mess around and find that hook here in a minute.
That's what I hope for. I hope he feels that sting and just goes crazy. Well, it could be a bowfin too, because he keeps pulling real hard and dropping a ton of slack and pulling the slack out.
Hey, Gren will count. We'll count him.
I'll count it. He's still there. I can't remember what we put on that for bait. Do you? No? Dang, boy, he popped it then. Come on, eat that hook. There he goes. Come on. Come on. He's working it, man. Come on, fish. Find that hook. Man, there's a good thump. Thump, thump, thump. Thump, thump, thump. He's trying to find that hook. I hate to have you reel down on him because I don't want to pull it away from him.
All right, Mark. Man, I hope she smokes him.
I do too. She's ready. But she's set up like a hair trigger right now.
Uh-huh. She's like a spring trap. She's just ready.
Yeah, she's ready to pop that sucker, buddy. Hey, I've seen her set the hook on channel cats before she ripped her face off.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's when she was a little bitty. Oh, he's still there. Oh, it's really acting like a gar bite to me.
Is it?
I'm almost sure it is. For him to keep picking it up and dropping it, keep picking up and dropping it. Yeah, because that's her. She's got that rod thrown out there. That's the one closest to the shoreline, actually. Man, he's steady just bumping it. Steady just bumping it. He's still bumping it. Still bumping it. Come on, fish. Bend that rod. Bend that rod.
Bend that rod.
Let's go with it. Come on, bend that rod. You know, Jerry, another thing, it might be another one of them cotton picking eels, man.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be.
The way he's
Definitely
pecking
could
at
be.
it. I mean,
What's
he's
going on,
steady
hooks and
pulling.
hammocks? Hooks and
What's
hammocks
up, Chris?
Yeah, he just bump, bump, bump. You know, bump, 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 bump. You know.
I've caught more dadgum
Yep.
eel this year than I ever have.
Grab that thing, go to twisting, and knock that slack in it, but it looked like a little channel cat bite or something. It
Yeah.
may be an eel.
And he's steady thumping it. If she don't hook that thing, we're gonna downsize her probably to a, I don't know, to either a 8 or a 9.
That's
I mean, I've got a pretty big hook on her.
Got a small mouth.
Well, right now she's got I think it's a 11-aught gamakatsu on there. Well, I know it's a gamakatsu hook. Come on, fish. Is he still tapping it a little bit? Off and on? Yeah, there he is. He's just barely bumping it. There's a little bump.
Richard, Melissa wants to know where Stephanie's at this evening.
Stephanie is at the house. She's been cleaning all day. Ever since early this morning, she's been giving the house a good cleaning. And she said she wanted to just get all that done today because tomorrow we're going to have to leave the house early and we're going to be fishing all day and she don't want to have to come home full with it. So she said she's going to set this one out so that she could have fun tomorrow.
There you go. Well, I'm taking a cooler with me tomorrow. It's mine, and I'm keeping some fish tomorrow.
Yeah, I was going to ask them boys if they don't care. I'm going to probably keep a bunch.
Yeah, I don't know. He put in the messenger, and I got the thumbs up because it ain't gonna hurt none where we're at.
All right. Yeah, because me and my dad want to try to put together a fish fry.
I don't know if he picked all the
We
bait
got a
off
few boys
of
at
her or
work
what.
wanting some fish.
All right, come back over and sit down. I'm gonna reel it up, check your bait here in a minute. Yeah, we're gonna change that hook back out. I had that small 8/0 on there and I took it off, but we may put that back on there because that's what you caught that drum on. And we went that bigger hook, and we probably shouldn't have done that.
Hey Mario, how we doing? We're doing great. We're fishing. Bites is like really super slow right now, though. It's super slow. It's, with the falling, like we're dealing with pretty fast falling river conditions right now, and plus the spawns here.
I can't remember what we put on there for bait. I think it was
I'm going to
skipjack.
freshen up the bait. We'll pull all these in and freshen up. I'm going to move a little bit. I'm going to keep that giant headpiece on. I pulled it in a minute ago, stepped on it, and it still had plenty of good juices. So change out the other
Yeah,
one.
I got that's what I got on Black Betty right now. I put a headpiece on earlier, and I just can't stand to throw that away, so I just stomped on it and threw it back out there.
Same here, man. Trying something a little different. I flayed the side off of a big old skipjack. I got out a couple fillets, and then I took what was left, the backbone chunks and the other side, and put some
Yeah.
of them on. Just trying something a little different.
Well, the biggest takedown we had today was on a live bluegill, and I mean it was a big bluegill.
Really?
Yep. But
Hmm.
like I said, we were fishing right off that revetment, and man, was as soon as I set that hook or lifted up, pulled, it ran in toward me, and then it bent the rod down again, ran toward me again, and when I reeled up the slack, it was up and underneath that revetment. And we set the rod back in the holder with the camera going, and you watch, and the rod was still pulling real hard, but I could not get it out from under there, and I wound up having to break it off. Yeah, you can set the rod down, and you watch it, man. It just kept slamming the rod, slamming the rod. I'm gonna type another rig for that pole, and by the time I get it tied up, if he hasn't hit it again, I'm gonna have you reel it in, and we're gonna swap that rig out. All right. So just keep an eye on it. Let me tie you up another rig.
I
Yeah,
really want to catch something pretty good on one of these FOA rods. I caught a ton of blues up here at Baldwin on them. And me and Steph's been hitting St. Francis about every night after work trying to get a flathead on one of them, but so far no good. I'd love to tie into a big one on one of these.
yeah. I was at St. Francis. It was one day last week after work. Right there at the bridge at Pogue. You know where you caught your big flathead.
Yeah.
And there was some old boy there in a john boat paddling around. And what he was doing was he took a big old float, I think it's like a big old some kind of jug or something, and he sunk a rock and pinned that float that right there in the middle of that big hole. And then he ran
Yeah.
lines. He ran a line to the north, to the south, to the east, and the west, a drop line with about 8 hooks on each drop. And dude, he was dragging around a stringer full of big channel cats behind that boat.
Really?
Yep.
I've been seeing
And
that dude over there pretty often.
yeah, yeah, he paddles around in that john boat. But he sets up
Yeah.
like he sets up just a drop with a big cord on it that ties it to a jug, and then runs lines in opposite directions off of it and takes it out with bricks and drops them. It's kind of like a trot line that spreads out like a shape of a star or something. You know what I mean?
Was it on like a big antifreeze jug or like a gallon oil jug?
Yep. That's him.
I seen him dropping that off the corner of his boat, and I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, he'll drop that jug, and then he'll go up there and he'll tie a line to it, stretch it out downstream, and then stretch a line back to the bank on each side, and then stretch one upstream, and drop about 8 hooks on each line. And that's what he's running there. And he sits over at the side of the bank, and if he sees that antifreeze jug start jerking, he goes up there and he picks up each line individually until he figures out which one's got the fish on it.
Huh.
And then he pulls it up and gets the fish.
$47 wonderful people in watching us, y'all. Thank you guys so much coming in and hanging out with us.
I think that fish over there done stole her bait. And I'm thinking the hook I had on there was a little too big for what she had to bite. So we're going to fix that right now. Seriously thinking about dropping one of these 2-aught eagle claws on the backside of it as a stinger hook.
We'll put a high-low rig on there.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's what I'm looking for right there. I don't know why I'm tying up a whole new rig. All I got to do is change the hook on that cotton picker thing. Oh, no, I know why. Because I've got a, I know what kind of rig I got on. All right, let's go with that. What did I do with that daggone hook? I just had it in my hand. That ain't good. You're going to be ready to go home by the time we finish this, ain't you? Yeah, you put in a hard day today. I know it. Well, you can sleep late tomorrow. I'm going to get up really, really early and head back over here probably. Why? I'm sorry, you got to get up and drink coffee with your grandma. I don't understand that at all. But you know what? That's between you and her. I don't get it. I know, it's a girl thing. Got it. I'll shut my mouth and stay out of it. Not a problem.
Small water, how we doing? Water starters in the house.
What's up, John?
Googly moogly. Come on, fish.
Yeah, skunk
All right.
buster, boy.
We need one. All right, Cody, go reel that up. Let's see what he did to you. Boy, yeah, that drug right up against the bank, didn't he? Good Lord. Don't get hung up now. That's what I thought. That big old hook, and he cleaned her bait right off of there. We're going to downsize that hook. All right. Roll it up tight. Bring it over here to me. He cleaned you off, girl. Let's cut that rig off. I got you another one ready to go. Come here. We're gonna fix that problem right now. We're gonna fix that problem right now. I bet he don't steal your bait again. Hold on now, don't take the line away from me. Here, hold on. Hold on to that. There you go.
No, it's supposed to go into it.
What? Yep, she's pulling on it and it's pulling it out of my hand.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Don't have to apologize. It's okay.
Bob Fox, how we doing?
All right, Coda, we're counting on you because we know you got a fish right there by that stump sticking out of the water. See that log down there? That's where
Is
we.
that where it was?
Yeah, we threw you right there. So that's where that log sticking out of the water. Your line drifted right underneath it. I'm gonna put you right back up in there. And right now, the pressure is on you. You got to catch fish, or we look bad. I'm counting on you, girl. You can do it.
We do a good enough
I'm gonna
job of
put
that
you
on
right
our
in
own.
that spot.
Right?
All right, let me get this spaded up. We're gonna throw it right in that log pile.
What time's that tournament start tomorrow, boys?
7.
7? Okay.
7 our time anyway. I think it's 7 to noon, which is
7 noon?
what, 8 to 1 Eastern.
Chrissy Brown, how we doing, Chrissy?
Hi, Miss Chrissy.
Yeah. All you gotta do is catch one catfish and you can get out of here. I see him. Wait for it. Let him work it. I know it.
I think it's a turtle.
I don't think it's a turtle.
But what if it was?
Why you need to stop cussing saying turtle. Turtle's a bad word.
Oh, Danny is the turtle master.
Yeah, but I don't want her to get started on that crap. We're trying to avoid that.
Man, I was in the creek the other day catching bait and caught one of those little stink pot turtles.
Oh, I hate those things.
Yeah.
Hey, there's an empty package laying right there on the ground. Bring that to me, will you? See it? You'll see it when you get there. The empty package right there. No, you're standing on it. That one, bring it to me. Wheel. Okay. I know it. Been a long day, ain't it, girl? Oh,
Little gal's probably ready for a meal and ready to see.
come on, fish. Let's go. All it takes is one. Blue man cats.
Mhm.
It's got a live bluegill on it. Oh, that ain't no bluegill. That ain't no bluegill.
Taylor. Goes it on easy.
I told you.
Turn the camera.
Did he get off?
There's a giant gar. It was huge.
Oh, did you get off, Danny?
You see him bend that rod down?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was without a doubt the biggest gar that I've ever had bite on a rod.
Really?
Dude, it was ever been a 6 foot and over.
Wow.
Dude, he
Total
pulled that
Bobby
blue
TV has a
panther. He bent it down and had it torquing, man. I mean, he was putting a fire on it. And I thought that's got to be a catfish. And I picked it up and it started running toward me. And when I finally caught up with him, he started pulling again. And when he came into the bank, he rolled right there at the bank, and that thing was probably about as big around as a gallon milk jug.
oh man. Total Bobby TV. Welcome in. You're new to the chat. Thanks for coming in. Whisker Dreams, how we doing?
If I'd have known it was a gar, I would have dropped slack and let him eat it
Let me
and
eat
got
it, yeah.
that fish in.
Y'all's on a heck of a guard bite, ain't you?
Oh, they're thick right now. Dude, you come down here at night and set a spotlight up, shining, or just a floodlight shining on the water. You can literally sit there and throw rocks and hit 5 of them if they ever throw.
Well, that's the only plus I will say. The spot we're fishing right now. I mean, we're in 100 foot plus foot of water, so chance to catch the guard is slim to none.
I mean, there has been times in the past when we was growing up during the spawn. I mean, you wanted to keep fishing, but catfish. You'd throw out a couple of catfish rods just for the heck of it. But man, we'd actually set up rigs that were specifically set up to target gar, and we'd come down and fish for them gar just for the fun of it.
Yeah, I used to take a nylon and like spray it out. And
I've seen you do it.
Yeah. That night we got off dock, I was hand line. I caught that one on that hand
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
Man, I just knew the way that rod it did, like the classic flathead bite. It pulled down about 1.5 feet and stood up, and then it slowly went down and stayed down. I said, that's got to be a flathead. And I got over there, friggin' gar.
Sure.
I guarantee that's the biggest gar I've ever had bite a hook. Your Mad Cats is getting bumped, Dakota. Keep an eye on it. It's getting that time of day when these fish might start biting.
Yeah, I know we're starting to. I think maybe hopefully once that sun starts to settle down on that horizon, maybe it'll kick these suckers up a notch.
That's what I said. The last time I fished this little area right here, which was a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I sat here all day in the blazing sun, and you get a couple of taps. But as soon as the sun got down close to the horizon, they turned on.
I'm ready for that sun to get lower, cool things down. It is hot.
Yeah.
Boy, the dagging, well, here in the last 10 minutes, the buffalo and stuff have just started going crazy on the surface.
You know, I'm saying her legs look like she's been playing red spray paint right now.
Yeah. And sunburn.
I just
Yeah,
jumped the
she's
gun and
putting the
missed one.
sunburn going.
Did you?
Yeah, he took it down and had it held down, but I didn't let it load up, and there's a great big head. I don't think he had the hook just yet. Dang
See,
it.
they may be picking up here just a minute. All we need is one fish, guys.
Gotta keep
Man,
the
that
stricker
sucks. I
line.
should have waited just a second, but he had it held down. I figured he had the hook, but he didn't have the hook yet.
I'm tired. Trying to play with you.
I'm tired of them fish playing games with you too, honey. They don't know who they're messing with. They just need to go ahead and grab that rod before they make you mad. I've seen you mad. It ain't pretty.
Captain Morgan, Whisker Dreams, he had to work today. He was up on panel for a little bit when he was driving home, but he had to work today. He's got to work all weekend, so he was not able to join us today.
Man, I thought we had a good one when that rod went down. You know what? Did you sit bent over?
Yeah.
Oh my God. My heart started jumping up into my neck. I was like, oh, here we go, here we go. That had me excited.
Captain Morgan says, "Hey, River Monsters and Danny Stone."
We got
What's up, Captain
Mississippi
Morgan?
River Brat with us, Coda, the River Rat Brat. Dude, is that bugs in the bottom of my cup? Yeah. No, I didn't throw them out now.
Well, I had the wife, niece, and nephew out here last night. We were doing some night fishing, and one of them big old Dobson flies landed on. Boy, they like to had a high speed come apart.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of drunk yahoos done come in on me. They're over here, got the radio blasting. They're all singing. They're having them
They
a
just
good
came by
time.
here a while ago.
Yeah, we seen several boats cruising the rivers earlier, and heck, not a one of them had a rod like a rod rack or anything. These guys, cruising. But across the river, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 people across on the Illinois side fishing from me. One of them even got a couple tents set up on that sandbar.
I'm gonna rethrow Black Betty with a fresh bait and a bigger sinker and get her to hold out there a little bit better.
Well, they're over here hooping and hollering. And here comes another one. 2 boat full of drunk.
They just cruising or what? Come on, y'all. We need a takedown.
Man, I broke off more rigs today than I have in the past month.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fishing some stretch river up there close to St. Louis where I was working. Oh my gosh, I got into some stuff. Geez, I lost half, almost everything I had in my box.
We've been live for an hour 47 minutes. When it hits 2 hours, I'm gonna make a move. I'm probably gonna head back down river and maybe get off the tip of that island, maybe run up in that mouth of that
Dude,
bayou. I went through there earlier, didn't mark nothing, but
yeah,
evening
but
time,
Richard,
maybe they're moved back up in there.
they got that barge anchored there right now. If you can go and get under that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got that.
Yeah, he was there when I come by this morning or this
Yeah, if
afternoon.
you look right stream of me there, right there, he's anchored, dude. He ain't going nowhere. And if you can,
Yeah, I got pretty
float a
close
bait
to him
underneath
earlier
that,
trying to.
you may be golden.
Yeah, I was trying to side scan under it earlier. I didn't get quite close enough, but may do that.
I think that's your best shot.
It kills me. I had that one takedown here. I didn't hook him.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Yep.
Might have been a small guy. Wasn't able to get that great big old piece of bait.
That's the only thing that did bad thing about it. Sometimes you need big old donkey baits. You definitely you limit yourself a number of fish, but and you'll miss some really epic takedowns because fish just not getting a hold of it.
Right.
But gotta have a donkey bait out. You never know what could
Got
happen.
to.
Yeah, I can hear them people with that music down there beside you, Richard, bumping.
Oh yeah, they hollering and carrying on.
Blue one's getting hit. All right, thank you. I'll try to keep an eye on it. Oh yeah, he is, isn't he? Okay. Yeah, that's got a big live bluegill on it though, so we'll see. I know. You got all excited because last week you just caught fish after fish after fish. And, yeah. But I know it's got to be aggravating. Last week you was catching 2 fish at a time, and we go to the river and it's just a little bit harder.
You do a lot of character building on the river. A lot of long hours on the river.
Yeah, I think Steph kind of knows that feeling. Me and her can go to shoot Kennett, Baldwin, Wapapella. We can go about anywhere and catch all kinds of little channel cats and stuff. And then every time we come over here, it's either feast or famine. And most time when me and her come, it's famine. Don't catch nothing. It's a little discouraging.
Oh yeah. Marcia said the same thing. She goes, so every time I go with you, we'll catch stuff, but we don't ever catch. When I'm with you, we don't ever catch no big ones.
That's what she says.
Yeah.
And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get discouraged sometimes. I come over 10 trips in a row and don't catch nothing. But I know the potential is here. I know this is the only spot I can go. The potential for giant fish is, and
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm after.
That's the
I'll
thing.
sit out here all day and get skunked rather than catch little fish because I know the potential for a giant out here.
You
Right.
betcha.
You can
That's
go
why
and you can go and catch tons of fish, but you have zero probability of busting your PB, and that's what everybody wants to do. Everybody
Right.
wants to go one more bigger,
Yep.
or at least catch some in that category. You know what I'm saying? If you could catch those consistently, or even just one a day, dude. Any fish
Yeah.
over 30 pounds to me is it's worth the trip. It's a fantastic day. So you start getting in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and on up, you're not going to do that going to them spots where you're going to catch fish, just, consistently. Got to be prepared to sacrifice a day, sometimes many of them, looking for that monster. Crap. I don't know what pound weight that whisker seeker line is, but boy, I just sure snapped it. Oh, no wonder it's roughed up from being on that rock. I'm going to trim that
Yeah,
crap off.
Daddy, how we doing?
Every time I go to the river. Yeah. Pretty much. She has a few out of here, but there's been a lot of times it's skunk trip. Most times, honestly.
Well, this will be your first summer on the river in the boat, won't it?
Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, we didn't start really fishing the river out of the boat till it was late in the fall, almost winter.
Well,
It's totally different too in the summer.
Yeah, the thing she got going for her right now, what her PB from the bank Blue Cat is like 16 pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Man, it ain't gonna be that hard for her to beat that off that boat.
Nah, I wouldn't think so.
I'm gonna tell you this year,
but
she's gonna double that easy.
Well, I hope so. I hope so.
Oh, I know it. I believe it.
See, too, back, me and you, Danny, was fishing a lot, in December, January, February from the boat, and pretty well got them figured out. I mean, we was consistently getting on a lot of fish and big fish. I got to figure out the same thing through the summer, though, because they're totally different in the summer.
Well,
their patterns are different. Their behavior's different. So I'm trying to get all the legwork done and get them figured out in the summer.
Yeah, the biggest change that we've got to figure out is the freaking dropping levels again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never did figure that out last year, so we've got to figure it out this year. What do we do during a drought? Right now, I don't know.
Yeah, because back in winter we had consistent levels for a month or two. It was staying pretty well, 12 to 15. And yeah, we figured them out and got on them and stayed on them. But it's up and down so much now. Shoot, what do you do? I'm trying the deep holes. I'm trying the ledges. I'm trying shallows. I'm trying current seams. Can't
Like
get
right
on.
now, though, like I said, we got the spawn on top of that. So
Yeah, the spawn right now is definitely not helping. That's our biggest hindrance at this point.
Well, you know, it's like Mark and Lyle and all of them were saying the other night. Yeah, the spawn, you know, it slows things down, but it doesn't stop because not all catfish spawn, and not all of them spawn at the same time. So you still got fish that are catchable out there. It's just your numbers are decreased dramatically.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we're starting to
Yeah, you
see
can
the
definitely
females
still catch them.
Seeing the females dropping eggs. I mean, they're right back out there.
And I'm not sure what it is, blues, but flatheads. I mean, they're even the males. They're only down for 9 days. You know, then they're back out. But you know, not everyone goes on at the same day. So there's a big percentage of them is, you know, you're not going to have access to for about a month, month and a half.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
as a
Danny,
few's coming off, a few just going on.
You got that picture I sent with that big old that blue I caught last night, that big old bite mark in it, didn't you?
Yeah, I want to catch the fish that got a hold of that one, Jerry.
Yeah. That was like fresh. That happened that day. It looked like.
Turn the camera, Coach. Turn the camera. All right, everybody, we got it. No, not again. We'll drop slack to it. Oh my God, the cheat. There he is. There he is. Got another one. Oh, that gun is scar. The freaking guard. Kill him. They did that fish. Shoot it up.
Big Skip. Catfish Heroes in the house. What's going on, Sean? What's going on, brother? Your bite is definitely slow today. Lisa, how we doing, girl? Look like Richard's making him a little run. So hopefully he can. Hopefully he can get on some fish. It's definitely not jiving right now on the bank right here. But for all you dads out there, happy early Father's Day, y'all.
Man, I had two fish on at the same freaking time. One of them ran downstream and passed up all the other rods. I reeled him up. He spit the hook, got off. The other one's hung on that ledge. I didn't think about it, but Richard's right there. If I would have had him run down there and just thrown him this rod, he could have went out and pulled that fish off that ledge and got it.
You pulled him off that dadgummit, man.
That's where all them fish are hooking up at too, is right off that drop off of that ledge. But you can't get them over that. It's a 12-foot drop there. And once that line slices into that ledge and you pull it up and it hits that weight and that swivel, he's got all the leverage in the world to hold you there.
Well, that's the problem, like where I'm at, Dan. There's out there about all ways. There's a big ledge out there. And like last year when I fished here all the time, I'd hook them fish. I'd give them that ledge, and I just had to lean into them and just keep pressure on them. And finally, I ended up dragging them up over that ledge wall out there. And they'd come in all bloody and scarred up.
Well, I didn't think about it in time, but Richard is right there somewhere. Dude, he could have zipped down here. I could have let the line out, throwed that rod out there to him. It could have went out away from the ledge and he could have got that fish. Yeah, every one of our lines just got swept downstream when that barge went by. They're all piled up together right there by that log.
Yo, Billy Moonshines, how we doing? We're not giving up yet, folks. We're not giving up yet. So now I will have to get out of here before dark. I mean, we're way back in here. It looks like a war zone back in the area we just walked into.
Yeah, I had two of them hooked up. I know the one that ran downstream and he was right up against the bank. I know that was a gar. When I started reeling up on him, he raised his snout out of the water and opened his mouth and let the bait go. But that one that took the rod down really hard and ran into that ledge, that's straight up catfish.
But a good thing you're getting some hits anyway.
Yeah.
When I first got here, I was getting a few, but boy, it's died off way down now.
Okay. Well, when it starts getting closer to being dark, I'm going to be ready to get out of here, so we'll be home for too long. I sure do hate it. But you caught a fish today on your brand new rod. It just happened to be a cotton picking gar or griddle. What was it? Drum. And you did it in like 10 minutes. Yeah, Jerry, you should have seen her when she hooked up on that drum. She goes, "Oh my God, it's fighting hard."
Yeah, it was like my niece last night. We weren't hardly sitting no time at all. Like I said, we had all the rods rigged up with like cutbait except for one rod I had rigged up with night crawler for my niece and nephew. And they are wearing the freaking drum out. First when they hooked, Rob went over, she cranks it. It's a big one, it's a big one. Pulled in about a 4 or 5 pound drum.
Hey, we used to take the kids to catch them just because they love reeling them in.
Oh yeah, they're a good fight. They're a damn good fight. I love catching them on light gear in the creek, like ultralight gear. Oh, that's a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them clear running creeks around the house. I'll be fishing and stuff, and I'll see a big old drum in the bottom cruise along. I'll I'll intentionally drop a jig or something in front of them, try to get them to hit it.
Yeah. There you go. Plenty of water there. Well, it's got water in it. Go ahead and get yourself. Yeah, it'll be all right. You just got to drink, let the dirt sink to the bottom, then drink the water and throw the dirt out. Like that.
I would never do that.
Well, it's just river mud.
Ew,
It can only give you dysentery. You'll live through it. You'll spend a few days in the hospital. You'll be fine. Quit whining.
We'll toughen her up. Boy, I know there's been some times I've been out in a situation where I've drank some really questionable water.
Oh God, yeah. I've been so dehydrated. I had two choices: drink it, or you're just going into heat stroke.
Yep.
And that was some tough decisions to be made there.
I need to start carrying one in my backpack. I used to, for a while there, I was carrying one of them survival straws.
Yeah, I had one of them, and I don't know what in the world I did with it.
Yeah, 'cause them
Richard's
things
down there circling that barge right there. Off
drinking
the
back.
sea, but he's working around that barge trying to figure out a plan of an angle of attack. That's Richard. That's fishing in freedom. That's one of our buddies right there. He's the one that gave us the skipjack we're using for that for bait today too. He called me up this morning. He said, "I know you got live bluegills, man." He said, "But come get some of these skipjack because I know you're running low." I said, "Yeah, I got one great big one left, and I'm saving him till after the spawn."
You know what? I need to look at my cooler.
I'm starting to wonder if something got your bait. He was pecking on you again earlier, wasn't he?
Man, I forgot. I had a great big old moon eye in the cooler. I'm gonna get him out there.
No kidding, you got some moon eye?
Yeah, I caught one the other day. Boy, look size this joker.
Holy cow. Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'd give anything to have a pile of moon eye right now.
I'm gonna put him on a rod and see if that.
Haven't I caught in a gar before? Haven't I caught in a gar?
Oh yeah, you've caught gar before. You've caught gar more times than I can't believe you can't remember it because I sure do.
Do they have such
Yes.
pointy nose?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. You've caught plenty of gar. Trust me.
I remember one time when we were out and like we were camping and we were fishing and you know how the like whenever it's not fully up sometimes it will be red.
Mhm.
But when we were there, I caught a dog. Remember that?
I remember that.
I remember that.
You remember your first catfish?
No.
It was at Otter Slough Conservation Area. You were 2.5 years old.
That's fine.
That's the picture I showed you when your legs were crossed. You said you was about to pee on yourself.
I know. But wait. I think I remember then because didn't we take Jesse at that time maybe?
Yep, we had Jesse
And
when
he
he
was
was a puppy.
barking in the back.
Yep.
And I heard an owl that night.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's when we actually took the camper over there and stayed. And you were walking around in the grass, and crawdad almost got your toe.
Oh yeah, I lost a shoe and Jesse found it.
That's right.
I remember that. Oh, it's safe. I know. I said it's safe. Oh, well, I have a question. Where do we get river baby?
Over there.
I still have river baby.
That spot, the last spot we fished at, that's where we got from.
Oh. Well, I still have river baby. It's just you know that big yellow thing with toys. She shoved at the bottom all the way in there. Oh, okay. python. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No bait. You got no bait.
He's sleeping my bait. He must love this our bait. He loves it. What do we exactly have on it? I'm pretty sure we're supposed to fight the fly with it, right? What's this? Our level 5 fish.
Hooks and hammock, 0, brother. It has been a it's been a struggle day, buddy. Been a struggle. The old struggle bus. Don't worry, I won't be here tomorrow, fishing this spot tomorrow, that's for sure. I will be elsewhere for the chicken challenge.
What happened to Black Betty?
Huh?
What happened to Black Betty?
He got out there and got wrapped up on something and broke off.
I don't know. There's probably a fish somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He must be loving that bait.
I think you're getting attacked by either gar or eels.
What's an eel?
Eel, there's like a big snake that's slimy.
Oh,
You've seen them. Well, we've caught a lot of them here.
I'd rather have it as
Your mama, you'd rather have a gar than an eel? I don't know about that.
I want to see sharp teeth.
You want to see sharp teeth?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we get to Florida next month. You'll see sharp teeth.
I don't want to see. I don't want to see shark teeth. I've never seen actual gar teeth.
You believe this kid? Her goal today is to catch a freaking gar.
Really? Well,
Yeah, she said she wants to see their teeth.
okay.
Well, hey, that's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
Whatever makes you happy.
Well, I'm glad somebody has an appreciation for them.
Kylie probably
I hear you.
too. You and Kylie will. Kylie likes everything I like. She's a copycat.
Yeah.
Because she looks up to me. Everyone says that.
You know, there's some guys I watch like Josh on Pig Patrol. He likes catching them things. They don't have a whole lot of them there in Nebraska. They catch short nose, but if he catches a long nose, he gets all excited about them.
Oh yeah. I do know a few guys that do get really amped up when they catch them. I do everything in my power to avoid the daggone thing.
Right.
I hope I can get this last rod rigged up before it gets dark. I'm working on it. What I do with those Uber time boots? There they are.
What are those?
What?
The colorful.
The beads? Use those. Those are you put them on there when you're doing a slider rig, and it doesn't tear your knot up. We're not using a slider rig here because that's guaranteed loss rig. We're going to use 3-way breakaway. It's the only chance we got.
I just really need some slime in my life right now, you know?
Yes,
That'd
sir.
be nice. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide if I want to go to Kennett in the morning or if I just want to go to Otter Slough and try to get on some of them channel cats there. There's not as many channel cats at Otter Slough, but they'll be a little bigger. At least I can get into some, 6-7 pounders there.
Right. You'll definitely catch more at Kennett, but you'll catch better quality out of the slough. But man,
That's
it's
true.
real hit and miss on the catfish at the slough.
Well, you know
Real hit
what
and miss.
I do the best actually is just taking a crappie jig and tipping it with a piece of night crawler, and I catch, some of the biggest channel cat out there you can get out of there off a crappie jig tip with a night crawler.
Yep. I catch more on worms and chicken right up on the rocks, like just right up on the bank, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was trying to catch big bluegills, and I had a crappie jig suspended about 4 feet or 3.5 feet below a bobber, a float, and had it tipped with a worm, and I was catching channel cats just one after the other.
I believe it. Stephanie got to doing that. She was catching bluegill right up on the bank with crickets. She started
Yeah.
catching catfish on them crickets right up on the bank, like 2 foot of water.
What's your question?
Dad was telling me this morning he caught one on a white crankbait up at Wapapella.
I've got a lot of channel cat on crankbaits. A lot of them.
Yeah. White square bill. He caught 6 or 7 bass and a channel cat.
So they left them.
Yeah, I've caught a lot of channel cat over here. That and a spinnerbait. I've caught a lot of them on a crankbait and a spinnerbait.
Yeah. Caught several on a rattle trap.
Uncle Jeep.
What?
And I've caught a lot of them in the creeks on a Ned rig.
I bet.
Centipede?
Well, that no ball in the wintertime fishing for bass. I've caught some couple pretty nice flatheads on swim baits over there.
Yeah. I see a lot of guys catching flatheads on a swim bait. Like right up next to a dam or some ripples in the rocks or something.
Yep. I know guys will take a great big old jig and they'll tip it with one of them great big old used Berkeley power minnows. And they'll flip them around brush piles and log jams and do pretty daggum good on the flathead.
Huh. What time have we got? Ooh, it's almost 7:30. I got about little 30 minutes or so, and I'm gonna have to head out.
I
Yeah,
know.
me too.
I got a pretty treacherous walk out of here. We need to make this happen quick, boys.
We're gonna have to catch fish.
Yep. If I can ever get a rod rigged up. They keep breaking me off on this cotton picking drop off.
Stephanie, if you're still watching, you're gonna have to pray me up a fish. I got 30 minutes, man.
Good God, got a hook in my pig. What, honey? What? I know it. Yeah, she's gonna ask you 100 times and then tell me I shouldn't have done it.
Chadwick.
You should have known better.
Oh my gosh. Chad said he's working on a 24-ounce freaking porterhouse.
Aren't you hurting?
Oh man, that sounds good.
Yeah, I ain't ate crap since like about
Well, she's trying to listen.
right around 10 o'clock this morning. Last time I ate. Oh, I'm starving.
All right, let's get Black Betty back out there with a big old giant bluegill live on her. Maybe there'll be a flathead just waking up, doing some early cruising and looking for something to eat. There's
Big
another
Skip
sandwich
said
there.
found him a new boat.
You ate 2 sandwiches already?
Yeah. If you eat only a little bit of shit.
Here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
I caught taking bluegill spin me right in the palm of my hand. That stings.
You'll be fine.
That's what I always tell you, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
It's coming back to haunt me. I tell her that all the time. Ah, you'll be fine.
Funny.
Yeah, she finally used it back on me. All right, it's the last hoorah. We got all the rods baited up again finally, got them out. Last chance, Hail Mary pass, baby.
Going for the gusto.
You want some more water? Hold your cup over here. Drink that.
Isn't the water kind of turning?
Yeah. After all of my ice melts in, it starts tasting different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all that chlorine in the ice.
From almost ice machine.
Yep.
How dare Almost ice machine do this to us?
It's tragic, isn't it?
Yeah.
You ain't right. I just poured water right in my boot.
Well, your feet would be sweating.
Doggone girl, I thought you was gonna catch all the fish today.
So did I.
You caught the only fish caught today. And
Yeah.
it's a drum. Look at that blue mad catch rod. Look at that. See it?
I'm waiting by the camera so I can turn it towards you whenever you get a fish. I think there's one fish that keeps on going off and on to your orange and blue. He'll probably start messing with it.
I know it.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I found footprints and they do not match my feet. They are way smaller than my feet.
Oh.
And they both look right. Like they're right, not left and right. It's right.
You were getting bites on a skipjack. We switched you over to a live bait.
And I'm not getting bites.
Yeah.
I guess the live bait is supposed to go over there. I just
Yeah.
and then the skipjack over here and then the random stuff in the middle. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're over it, aren't you?
Yeah. Just can't stop messing with
Hey, Dale, what's going on, buddy? What's going on?
these flies.
Well, hang tough. We ain't got much longer. I got 2 rods down there getting bit, but I don't know if they're gonna do anything or not.
Probably not. Probably gonna get a giant bite, start reeling it with you on, and then
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're in gar territory right there.
And I'm pretty sure there's a car over there.
Oh, he just came up. Did you see him? That's a big old gar.
I'll strangle it.
That's a big one.
look at that. I got sand all on my shoe. Probably gonna try to
Well, it turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous evening.
Yeah, it'd be a beautiful evening if one of these rods would bend over and try to pull into the river.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
I didn't say pull in the river. I said try to.
Really?
It will still try to happen.
I want that fish to try to pull it on. That's the only thing I want him to pull on it. I don't want him to get it. I want him to try to get it.
You don't need that. Well,
Yes, we
I
do.
don't.
I'm not talking about losing the rod. I'm talking about it bending it over to where you have to run down and grab it.
I don't want that.
You're crazy.
I don't want it bent. You have to run. I'm not trying to run.
Well, I'll run down and get it off your rod there. See, you need sounding more like me every day. I ain't trying to run nowhere. Ain't about all that.
You will run up the short fish.
I'll run if there's a big fish on there, but I ain't running for nothing else.
And Dan, I forgot who it was, but somebody was down at Kentucky Dam and posted a picture for that little pier thing out there. I bet that thing was 2 foot out of the water.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I was out there last year on that thing throwing the cast net.
Yeah.
Which one? Okay.
It hasn't gotten a single bite.
I don't remember what we put on it.
I don't either. I really don't either. I know what we put on the black one.
What we put on black one?
Live bait.
It's got a live bluegill on it?
Uh-huh. I never seen you on it in.
I'm surprised I ain't got to grab that one.
Yeah. It's only been my green one. Well, the black one did get tugged a little bit, but I think that was just really good. My eye on.
And
Fish are annoying. So what are these bugs? What is these flies? I need around my foot too.
you went from being
Jeremy.
jogger.
Nothing, buddy.
Care. I can tell
Parker talking. What?
Oh, Creo was asking what the count is. But who's winning? I'm like, Richard had a good takedown, missed. Danny had one break him off on the ledge out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wish I would have just hollered at Richard to come down here and handed that rod off to him, and he'd have got that. Man, he would have got that fish. Uh-oh, Black Betty's going there. Hold on. That'll smack that stick.
Uh-oh. I don't think I could hold it like that. Like Betty. Tall.
Drill, you might have to, buddy, because here in about another 20 minutes, we're shutting her down. You might have to, Jeremy. It ain't looking good, brother.
One more biting has done come out. I start bringing that little fan out here with me, blowing at my feet. Little things tear my legs up.
That what? Oh, the skeeters?
No, the little biting flies.
Oh.
Big ones?
Well, you are awful sweet, so I can see where they'd want to bite on you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I can see it. Yeah, it's kind of my like last ditch effort. I come right up here pretty close to this bank. I don't know if y'all can see that, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a big old bank right there. It comes off in like shelves. Comes down, comes down, comes down. And there's a little bit of an undercut. I was thinking there might be an old flathead laying right there on one of them ledges or an undercut. So I got two like right up on the bank and then two out here off the ledge. I don't know. I ain't found them deep. I ain't found them in the current. I'm in like 25 foot of water right now. I was just came out of 96 foot. So heck, I don't know.
I'm in 100 plus foot of water, so I ain't diving in, but I do got one throwing up in about 40 foot of water.
Jeremy, you might have to, buddy.
Yeah.
Might have to come and save our bacon. That daggum water keeps falling like it is. This might be the last time we get fish over here in a boat. About another, if it drops another foot, can't use the boat ramps. They'll be up out of the water.
I have a couple boat ramps I think I can still use if it gets real low. But one of them is stuck to it. I mean, it's right on the main channel. And it's
Yeah,
ripping. Current rips through it.
that's me. I got one north of me here, but it's like right in a long straightaway right in the channel. I tell the water is rising just a little bit though. I'm starting to get a little debris coming down. It's supposed to rise about 1.5 feet,
Stuff
and
coming
then
out
it's
of the
going to go back
Ohio.
down again. I think so. I just looked at the prediction down here. It's below the Ohio. It's supposed to rise about 15 inches overnight, and then hold for about a day, and then start going back down.
Man, you think that got his bike fired up a bit.
Getting a little action on this FOA rod.
Make her happen. Make her happen.
Fish on.
All right, I got you, Richard. I got you, brother. Keep on, baby. Keep on.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Come on, get her in, Richard.
Get that fish. We can all go home.
All right.
Woo, and the streak
Right in the next
continues.
time.
Whew.
And the streak continues.
Little flathead.
Attaboy,
There we
Richard.
go.
Thank you, Lord.
Attaboy.
Boys, I prayed for that one. No kidding. I
Yes,
went
Hey.
back there and prayed for that one.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I started to get worried.
Yeah,
Mwah. Thank you, Lord.
yeah.
That's
give
it
her
right there.
Yes, sir.
Woo. That
That's
fish,
something.
that
That's
fish is
something.
worth its weight in gold, man.
You dang right.
49.
Dang, I didn't.
Not a skunk.
I didn't weigh him for our total, but
Who cares?
couple pounds sound all right to y'all? Couple pounds.
Creole said, "Yay! I can tell you about chair."
Yeah.
Attaboy,
That's the first
Richard.
flathead I caught on an FOA rod. Heck of a day. What time we got? Oh, I got time to put another bait out there.
Yeah, we'll go another 10 more minutes, and that'll be live. We've been live right at 3 hours, so we got 10 more minutes, boys. Let's double down, boys. Let's double down.
They actually had something messing with this other FOA rod about the same time. Better check on it.
Whew. Man, you don't know how glad I am you caught that fish.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you.
David said, "I wonder how much weight Danny has lost breaking off."
Oh,
I
Lord.
guarantee you the bunch. That's the bad thing about bank fish of the river. You're gonna lose some hardware.
Yeah, I've lost so much gear today. That first spot we went, we had 9 rods out, broke off every one of them, rebaited them up, re-rigged them, fished for a little longer, got ready to leave. And out of 9 rods, we broke off 5. I broke off at least 6 here. Then you start adding them hooks and sinkers stuff up. That's expensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact, Jack.
I sat the other night and poured a whole bunch of sinkers and stuff, or some weights. I got my lead pot out, and I melted down a bunch of lead. I went through all them. Man, I'm gonna be throwing nuts and bolts and railroad spikes before long.
Well, it gets expensive because, like me, almost the minimum I use is like 8 ounces.
Yeah.
Most of my stuff's all the way up to 8 to 14 ounces. Most of the spots I fish. So, but now the river being this low, that ain't necessarily gonna be the case.
Go see if that sand's squishy over there. You can wash your hands off in the river and then dry them on this towel.
Well, a theory works out every now and then, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I got to give good Lord credit for that one. I ain't kidding you. I prayed him up. He was getting down to the wire.
Yeah, I got a bunch of Asian carp out. I thought, man, I might have to dig out a hook and try to snag one of these dudes.
Yeah, I was really thinking, oh man, I just do not want to drive home saying, you know what? We didn't catch one. I did not want to do that.
And Jeremy be like, I'm so disappointed in you boys.
Yeah, he'd be like, I knew I should have went out today. I knew it.
That's the first catfish I ever caught on braid.
Oh, is it really?
Sure is. I ain't never used braid, but Lyle and Jeremy, Bobcat, Greenwell, all them guys that bump said, man, you got to have braid.
Yeah, when
And they
you're
all
bumping, I
recommend
know
the
you
same
gotta have
thing.
braid when you're bumping. Yeah.
And most
Did
all
you
of them
bump
said
that
that
fish
stuff
up,
at
or are you
832.
spot locked? Are you
Sorry?
spot locked?
Yeah.
Are you spot locked?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
We're gonna wait a little bit
I went
longer.
by that barge real close a while ago. Tried to side scan under it again, and man, I didn't mark nothing. I figured there'd be a couple laid under that barge.
I might break out the old FOA rod tomorrow.
That's all we're going to be running tomorrow, me and Steph, 4 FOAs.
For what I'm going to be doing, it'll work out pretty good for what I'm going to be doing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still got to load everything up yet for tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to figure out what 6 rods I want to use. I'm either going to go to Otter Slough, or I'll go back down to that Kenny Lake. You know what? I'm coming back to Mississippi. I'm going to roll the dice on it, and I'm going to go to that spot over there, Richard, by the magnitude 7. The only thing I'm worried about is having signal.
You are correct, Mark. Mark also highly recommended Suffolk's 832. You sure did.
Like I said, I use a lot of braid when I'm bass fishing, but I cannot use braid. And I've tried several different brands, like bank fishing. I can't. It's just I can't make it work because there's too many rocks. I've lost too many good fish. But now
Bank fishing, anchor fishing, I probably wouldn't. I just had it on that one because I was out here bumping with it earlier. And I'm anchored now, so I thought, well, shoot, I'll just throw it out there. But yeah, anywhere there's rocks and snaggy, I probably wouldn't.
Ordering me a bumping rod, yeah, whatever reel I pair it with, I'll have a dadgummit, my braid on it. Boy, I got my
Now, Jerry, I'm definitely no expert in the matter, but I highly recommend that Akuma convector. That's a freaking sweet reel, man. And if I ain't mistaken, that's what Jeremy uses too.
Well, I just got from one of the Mad Cats contests. I just got a
Yeah.
Abu Garcia Pro rocket. Just showed up a couple
Oh,
days
nice.
ago.
Over there, right
So
by
that
Heck
the
might
yeah,
be a
man.
good little reel for that.
Yeah. If I ain't mistaken, I've seen Greenwell using Abu when he's bumping.
But I know a lot of guys like that like a low profile reel though.
Yeah.
Come on, Kissy. Kissy. No, I want it.
What do you want to catch?
7:59, boys.
All right, another minute. We're gonna call her a day.
Ah.
After a whole day fishing, I don't do that.
Yeah. You know your grandma's listening to everything you say right now, and and she's sitting there saying, "I told you so," and I'm right, and you need to keep that to yourself. The last thing I need is that woman telling me she was right.
She's not right. I'm just saying I'm bored. No.
Bored? She said she's gonna be bored. She's gonna be tired. She's gonna be whiny. I said, no, she won't. Well, there you go. You got
I'm
me.
not tired. I'm just bored.
You're killing me, Smalls.
I'm just bored. None of this is biting.
Well, it happens.
Jerry, I'm still rocking the $10 Wisconsin Walmart
Are you
thermos,
really?
man. Dude, this
Man,
thing has turned out to be an awesome thermos. I can't believe it. It keeps coffee hotter than my good big actual thermos.
I might have to pick one of those dudes up.
I taste French fries.
I'm super impressed with it.
No. You didn't bring a lunchbox down here with us? No, there it is.
All right, boys. It is 8 o'clock. Everybody, thank you guys so much for coming in and hanging out with us. And Richard kept the streak on. And guys, if you have not checked out Richard from Princeton and Freedom, check him out. Give him a subscribe. We're trying to get the man to 1,000. Next week is our 50th episode. If we can hit Richard to 1,000, get 1,000 next week, we have got some very, very sweet giveaways we're gonna be doing. So we got to get the man to 1,000.
Yep.
So,
We're gonna be doing some giveaways on the 50th episode. But if you guys can all work together and get Richard to 1,000, there's gonna be something really cool thrown in there on that.
We got some
Trust
special
me,
stuff planned.
it's
You
cool.
won't be disappointed.
So push Richard's channel out there. Let's get him up to 1,000, and we can't wait to show you guys what we got for you.
well, guys,
I sure appreciate that, fellas.
guys, y'all come in and watch this. Like I said, we can't do this without you. We appreciate each and every one of you. And this is why we do it. We get to come out, do what we love, get to hang out with you guys. So, boys, y'all got anything to say?
Yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you that come in here and hang out every week, and all the ones that's coming in for the first time. Again, y'all's the ones that makes this possible. And as always, I thank the good Lord for giving us another beautiful day and the means to come out here and do this. He blessed us with another fish, and I'm grateful and thankful for that. That's about all I got.
Yep, pretty much sums it up, don't it? Yeah, absolutely, man. 49 episodes in a row, and without skunking. Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I was sweating bullets there for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna do the 50th episode next weekend. You guys do not want to miss that. I mean, are there any tournaments or anything going on next week that we need to dodge, guys? Or
Well, Saturday morning, we got Chad. Saturday morning, Chad's got his panfish tournament,
okay,
which I'm going to go in and I'm going to swing for the fence on that one. I'm in that one. So, Mark, thank you for posting that link up, brother.
yeah, thanks,
Yes, sir.
Mark.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. So that's Saturday. We'll have a meeting here probably about Tuesday or Wednesday. and get this all worked out. Because there's a couple of people I want to. Well, we need to have a meeting before that because there's a couple people I want to get in touch with and see if we might get some special guests up on a panel for us on the 50th. Got a couple of guys in mind.
Yep.
I see one of them right now.
Yep.
He probably knew
We'll
that.
be contacting some people and see about see if they'll come up and be a special guest host on the 50th episode, and that way we can do some giveaways and stuff like that, and we don't have to mess with it. We'll just have them help us out with that. But we've got a few people in mind. We know that people's schedules are really tight right now, but we'll be contacting a few people, see if we can't get somebody. But thank y'all for hanging out with us. Thank God Richard got a fish. Thank you,
Yes,
Jesus.
sir. Richard saved our bacon.
Good dude.
And we'll come
An
back
acre every
next
now
week
and
and
then.
do it all over again.
God bless
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
See y'all next weekend.
Hey, I'll see both you guys in the morning.
Yes, sir.
All
Yep.
right, we'll see you then, buddy.
And with that
All
being
right.
said, y'all, check out the Chicken Challenge. That is on
Kelly
that's on
Bullock.
Kelly Bullock's channel, right?
Yep. Bullock
We're trying to-
Experience, yes, sir.
They are trying to get Kelly's watch hour. He needs his watch hours. So.
Well, I'm not going to be able to bet you guys on numbers. I know that. But I'm going to hit that spot over there if I got signal. If I can get on one or two big fish, I'll give you a run for your money. But see what's
Absolutely.
happening right now. You know?
Yeah.
But you know me,
Never
I ain't no
know
quitter.
till you
I'm going to
throw.
go anyway.
Well, I'll put it
All
this
right.
way: if we don't have a lot of wind, I could definitely see in tomorrow between Richard and Steph and myself being a 20 fish plus morning. So
Yeah.
y'all,
I'm gonna throw
good
a
one.
half a rotisserie chicken out and see if I can't get something going.
There you go.
God bless
Oh,
y'all.
my
And
boy.
to all you dads out there, happy Father's Day. Uh-oh, Danny's running. Hang on a second. Let's hit the solo here. So we got a last minute fish here.
Come on, Danny.
That's a gar.
No. Gar.
Well, y'all, we're out of here. And happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. And hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Later on, y'all.
That's a big old gar.
God bless everybody. Good night.
Bye, y'all. Shut it down, Parker.